Hello, yes, and please welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to start where we ended from last time. Last time we read on the happiest moment in my life, and today we're going to go on a second one called the Saint Light Boutique. Settlers Boutique. Please, let's go. But please make sure you my YouTube channel. Okay. Remember, the novel is called Museum of Innocence. Okay, let's go right away. So let's start now. It's the Saint Light Boutique. The series of events and coincidences that was changed my entire life had begun a month before, on April 27, 1975, when Thibault happened to spot a handbag designed by a famous Jenny Colon in a shop window as we were talking along Valikonagai Avenue, enjoying the cool spring evening. Our formal engagement was not so far off. We were tipsy and in high spirits. We had just been to try a push new restaurant in Santasi over supper with my parents. We had discussed at length the preparations for the engagement party, which was scheduled for the middle of June, so that Nachihan, Thibault's friend since her days as Notre Dame Sidion, Leslie and then her years in Paris, could come from France to attend. Thibault had long ago arranged for her engagement dress to be made by Silky Eastman, then the most expensive and sought-after dressmaker in Istanbul. And that evening, Thibault and my mother discussed how they made sue on the pearls my mother had given her for the dress. It was my future father-in-law express wish that his only daughter's engagement party be as extravagant as a wedding, and my mother was only too delighted to hope fulfill that wish as best as she could. As for my father, he was charmed enough by the prospect of the daughter-in-law who had studied at the Sorbonne, as was said in those days among the Istanbul bagolsi of any girl who had gone to Paris for any kind of study. Let's continue. It was as I walked Thibault home that evening, my arm wrapped lovingly around her sturdy shoulders, noting to myself with pride how happy and lucky I was, that Thibault said, "Oh, what a beautiful bag." Though my mind was clouded by wine, I took note of the handbag and the name of the shop. At that noon the next day I went back. In fact, I had never been one of those chivalrous playboys always looking for the least excuse to buy women presents or send them flowers, though perhaps I longed to be one. In those days, bored westernized housewives of the affluent neighborhoods like Sicily, Nisantasi, and Bebek did not open art galleries, but boutiques, and stocked them with trinkets and whole assembles smuggled in luggage from Paris and Milan, out copies of the latest dress. The latest dresses featured in imported magazines like Elle and Vogue, selling these goods at ridiculously inflated prices to other rich housewives who were as bored as they were. As she would remind me when I tracked her down many years later, saying her name, then proprietress of the Saint Light, which is also known as its name of transliteration of the legendary Parisian Avenue, was like fusion. a very distant relation on my mother's side. Oh, the fact that she gave me the shop sign that had once hung on the door, as well as any other object connected to Francine, without once questioning the reasons for my excessive interest in the since-shattered establishment, led me to understand that some of the other details of our story were known to her, and indeed had had a much wider circulation than I had assumed. When I walked into the St. Life at around 12:30 the next day, the small bronze-down knocked camel bell jingled 2 notes that can still make my heart pound. It was a warm spring day, and inside the shop it was cool and dark. At first I thought there was no one there, my eyes still adjusting to the gloom after the noonday sunlight. Then I felt my heart in my throat, with the force of an immense wave about to crash against the shore. I would like to buy the handbag on the mannequin in the window, I managed to say, staggered at the sight of her. Do you mean the cream-colored Jenny Colony? When we came eye to eye, I immediately remembered her. The handbag on the mannequin in the window, I repeated grimly. Oh, right, she said and walked over to the window. In a flash, she had slipped off her yellow high-heeled bum, extending her bare foot, whose nails she would carefully paint red, onto the floor of the display area, stretching her arm toward the mannequin. My eyes traveled from her empty shoe over her long bare legs. It wasn't even May yet, and they were already tamed. The length made her lacy yellow skirt seem even shorter. Hooking the bag, she returned to the counter with her long, dexterous fingers. She removed the balls of crumpled cream-colored tissue paper, showing me the inside of the zippered pocket, the 2 smaller pockets, both empty, as well as the secret compartment from which she produced a card inscribed Jenny Colon, her whole demeanor suggesting mystery and seriousness, as if she were showing me something very personal. Hello, person. You're all grown up. Perhaps you don't recognize me. Not at all. Person came out. I recognized you right away, but when I saw you, you did not recognize me. I thought it could be better not to disturb you. There was silence. I looked again into one of
Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh, excess love, oh. Jesus, you love me too much, oh. Too much, oh, excess love.